First one is up and it's no good from Jepson.
It may be the glare from those shoes, however, distracting him.
Jefferson 0 for 2 from the line. They are noticeable. DiLoretto. Isaac Kwan works off the screen. Kwan with a crossover, creates some space, can't make the shot work though. Michaud cleans the glass. DaCosta with the push for Jepson. Boy, they double team him again and he tried to work it to Laws, lost it under the basket. It's loose now, Michaud count it, and the foul.
If Michaud keeps up this pace, we're looking at a 45, 50-point game just by him. Take a look at those. Put your sunglasses on, people. We've got some serious glare coming off the screen.
And there are some people who could pull those shoes off. I am not one of them.
Coach Bynum, I was chatting with him before the game, the assistant coach of Mac, and he said, you know, one thing we're working on with this team is confidence. And he said, we laugh at how Jefferson is obviously an extremely confident individual if he can wear a pair of shoes as ugly as the ones he has on.
DiLoretto turns the ball over. He threw it right between Isaac Kwan's legs. DaCosta crossing over. Michaud underneath. He had a tough catch and finish there. Collins back up the floor. Wiltshire faces up against Jepson. Kwan underneath. Tough fadeaway, no. Rebound tip to DiLoretto and a reset. Crossover, jumper, spins halfway down and kick back up. DaCosta wants to take it right to the hoop with a left hand and the finish.
Unstoppable. When DaCosta's on the move, who's going to get in his way? If he can continue to finish those drives, and Mac's got a good look at putting some extra points on that board and stepping away from this 3-point lead.
We're going to check in quickly courtside with Mike Fortune. Mike?
Steve, thanks a lot. During that last quarter break, I was able to listen into Coach Oliver. He had 3 things written on his board. The top one, highlighted, circled, and starred. He's not happy with the Lancers transition game at this point. He wants the Lancers to work on that, and also he wants to push the ball deeper into the paint. That's it from courtside. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks very much. Boy, how much quicker can the Windsor Lancers go in transition if Coach Oliver is not happy with his team's transition game? It was racehorse basketball.
That's the intensity of Coach Oliver, and that is why this program has grown as quickly as it has since he's taken the helm.
And there is Jermaine DaCosta doing what he does best, taking it right to the hoop.
So quick.
And a great finish with the left hand.
You know, speaking of transition, that is one of McMaster's strengths, and it is working for them tonight.
So Windsor out of the timeout. It's 25-22 McMaster. We're just 2 minutes into the second quarter of play. It is Marauder weekend here at the Verge Gymnasium. Had a chance to watch some of the men alumni play earlier. Some of them still got a lot of game, Michelle.
A lot of game. Maybe a little slower, but a lot of game.
Great turnaround by Lee and Phillip, but not Titus Channer. He looks like he could step into any university floor right now and play.
What an athlete. Spent a few years overseas playing professional ball in a number of different countries, Germany, France.
Michaud with a 3 that's no good. He's now settled in Toronto. Wiltshire up the floor, big battle for Michaud, and then they both tussle it up and tie it up and exchange some words. Windsor will get possession out of this.
A lot of words being exchanged in the stands.
18 seconds on the shot clock.
1-point game.
Isaac Kwan works off the screen to the left baseline. sealed off. Phillip outside, Josh Collins. Lead inside, and Wiltshire couldn't finish, but Phillip sticks it back in.
I'd say one thing that Mac really does need to concentrate on a little bit better is handling the off-ball transition that the Windsor Lancers are doing so well. So a lot of weak side cuts that Mac is not taking care of right now.
2 seconds on the shot clock, and boy, tough shot by Jermaine DaCosta.
1-2 punch between Michaud and DaCosta is what Mac needs right now, and they need it consistently.
Collins will knock down a long jumper to give Windsor the lead back. Victor Razzo off the Willis screen, and then Willis got held on the screen by Kwan.
In a game that is this up-tempo and physical, the referees need to make sure that they control all of the clutch and grab that takes place amongst teams like Windsor and Mac. And that, you know, that makes up the character of either team, and you need the referees to keep an eye on that, and they're doing a really good job of keeping both teams in check.
Victor Razzo works against Monty Hardware. DaCosta crossing over, skips it out to Jeppson. Jeppson into the heart of the defense with a kick out from Michaud. 4 on the shot clock. Jeppson with a deep three-pointer, and that one's way off. Waldo in the open floor. Waldo with a take, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Charge to John Waldo.
Great job by DaCosta. Both ends of the floor, he's getting the job done. He's so quick and get himself into position to draw that charge. Which is great. I mean, Windsor is up 1, and he prevented the 3-point score, so we've got an opportunity for Mac to take the lead again.
Deep three-pointer was way off by DaCosta. They get the offensive rebound. DaCosta underneath, no, and Razzo will stick it back in for 2.
Mac is crashing the boards well, not watching 1 or 2 players try and get the job done. It's such a great team effort by the Marauders.
Waldo, DiLoretto, long distance 3, no. Long rebound out to Waldo, and he'll have an opportunity to reset. Defended by Razzo. Hardware, DiLoretto, Windsor works the perimeter. Waldo skips it across, stolen by Laws. 2-on-1 with Victor Razzo. Laws gonna take it right to the cup himself, and they're gonna call a foul. 2 shots upcoming for Scott Laws.
Very smart play by Laws, recognizing there was no way DiLoretto was going to get there on time. So instead of looking to dish the ball to his teammate who was right in line with him, he take it to the hole, dare that kid to step up and foul.
So it's the 5th team foul actually charged to Windsor. McMaster yet to be charged with one this quarter. And I know coaches always like to point at the scoreboard occasionally.
No
I
idea
know
what you're
I
talking
did.
about.
I know
what
I
are
did.
you talking about, Steve?
And I think I learned that from Joe Razzo. Laws will give McMaster a 2-point lead, 30-28. Waldo, Kwan. Skipped across, Waldo works off the screen. Catch and shoot from Hardware, no. Razzo elevates for the rebound. Razzo crossover, left elbow. Kick out to Terrell Vernon. Right into the teeth of the Windsor defense for the finish.
Anytime DaCosta or Vernon drive to the hoop and they're in the paint, they're such a surefire for a great score, no matter who steps in front of them.
Open look for Hardware, and he can't make it work. Razzo to Vernon, right elbow, pull up, yes. The ability to create your own shots.
He's a master of it. When
Quan.
Vernon is hot, just give him the ball.
Catch and shoot for 3, no. Razzo behind Laws, but pull up three-pointer in transition. For Vernon is good. And Windsor wants to call a timeout to talk things over as Vernon knocks down his 12th point of the game, and McMaster out to their biggest lead of the game at 9. And here's a look at the replay.
Here's the transition game. Very easy. No need to pass the ball when Vernon is hot. Get it to him.
And here's another look. Again, you can see Windsor trying to scramble in transition.
You also have to notice a shooter, a pure, beautiful shooter like Vernon, coming down the floor in transition. His hands are already in position to catch and shoot. A lot of the times, athletes will run down the floor in transition, ready to maybe catch and pass. But he's calling for the ball as he's sliding down the sideline, ready to shoot at any point.
And Vernon, who came into the game only shooting a shade under 20% from three-point land, he does shoot the ball well from the field, 41% from the field. And he's really finding his game here. It was Michaud in the first quarter, and now it's Vernon in the second quarter stepping up for McMaster.
And again, when you look at this McMaster Marauder team, sure, you're going to lean on Jefferson. That's a no-brainer. But they're so well balanced, and anyone can come to play. So you're not just looking at a couple players for Mac. You're looking at 5 to 7 who at any point during any game can be the difference makers.
Smythe behind his back. Jefferson stayed right with him. Smythe missed the shot. Rebound to Vernon. Again, McMaster with the push, and now they'll pull it back and play half court. Entry pass knocked away. Jordan 2. McMaster will retain possession. 15 seconds on the shot clock. There's Vernon with a catch and shoot for 3, and they're going to call a foul on the three-point shot. So 3 shots forthcoming for Vernon.
Coach Oliver is beside himself on the sideline, not happy. Not happy with the call. Quite animated on the sideline. He's got to be careful. No need to give McMaster any more reason to celebrate this great run they've been on in the second quarter.
And Vernon misses the first foul shot. Biggest lead of the game for McMaster at 9 points. And Nigel Johnston Tider just returned into the game. He had to sit for a spell with 2 fouls.
And I would imagine Coach Oliver has gone against one of his philosophies with regards to the number of fouls and reserving your key players for the second half. Windsor cannot afford to give Mac any more momentum than what they have and for how long they've had it.
2 out of 3 from the line for Vernon, and out to a double-digit lead. Collins works against Paul Hart. Take by Lee and Phillip. They're going to call a foul on the play against McMaster. Willis, I think, is going to pick it up. Now they had 2 fouls on the play. The first one they will call is against Jepson. Foul number 2 for Jefferson.
Some action taking place on the weak side that most people weren't watching. They were watching the nice tie-up between Tider and Willis. So that takes Jefferson out for...
Correction, first foul against Jefferson, but he'll sit down. Collins, kick out, DiLoretto. They're going to call a double dribble. 2:40 remaining in the first half. Coming up, we've got in the first half intermission interviews with Ron Foxcroft, and we'll talk to the assistant coaches on both teams. They're going to call a foul away from the ball. It's an offensive foul. And Joe Razzo wants to call a timeout, so you can hear him.
Coach Razzo wants a timeout. There's a lot of action going on right now away from the ball. So the viewers with our Cable 14, when you're watching action in the court play, take a look at what's going on with the other 8 players that aren't concentrated on the ball. Very, very physical. A lot of weak side action.
Joe Razzo spent part of his timeout lobbying one of the officials as we take a look at the tie-up here. It's a very physical game out there. And there's the foul called against Jefferson. So Joe Razzo wants to talk things over with his team. 2:31 left to go in the first half. 39-28 is our score. And both parts of the McMaster offense, I guess it's a double-edged sword. I mean, Michaud and Vernon have combined for 30 points, but you do want to have your secondary offense step up.
Well, you absolutely do, and I've written a note to myself where the great thing about this game is, especially when you have a well-balanced scoring team like McMaster, a lot of concentration is on their number 1 player on Jefferson. So he's being double teamed, he's being triple teamed. At that point, you need someone else to step up. And you've had a few players, namely Vernon and Michaud, to do just that.
Windsor with the ball out of the timeout. DiLoretto with a kick out, worked around for Josh Collins. Out it goes to DiLoretto. Open look for 3 is good.
Sure, he feels a little relief hitting that shot and maybe giving his team
steal by
hope.
Phillip. Yep. Collins up the floor. Skipped across for DiLoretto. Sifts his way along the baseline. Good defense by DaCosta to steal the ball. And DaCosta pushing the issue. Now he backs up, guarded by DiLoretto. Here's Willis. Scott Laws, Terrell Vernon, catch and shoot for 3, no. Rebound, Johnston Tider will take it. A couple of Marauders hit the deck. And the foul will go to McMaster. Willis.